Successful businesses have extensive knowledge about their customers and their competitors. Getting accurate and specific information about customers and competitors is a critical first step in market investigation and the development of a marketing plan. Accurate market assessment and development of an effective plan is critical to the success of both new and existing businesses. Who is your target market? Market research is important because it will help you get the answers to key questions for your business. Who will buy your product? How often will buyers buy? Knowledge of the customer enables you to determine the market size and what factors determine their buying decision. It provides information that will help you choose a location, determine what products or services to offer, establish pricing, and plan a selling strategy. What product or service are you offering? An important aspect of market analysis is to ensure that the product or service meets the market needs. Why would someone buy your product or service? Is there a need for your products? What are the specifications of your products or services and key features relative to what prospective buyers in your target market say they need? How do products generally get to the customer? Who is your competition? Market research is important as you will be investigating about who is providing what you are planning to offer. Some things to consider are there competitors that exist now, and what new competitors are likely to enter the market? How big, how old, and how strong are your competitors? What are their strengths and weaknesses? What share of the market do they have? How will your product or service compare, and what is the probable reaction of your competitors once you enter the market? And how will customers perceive your product relative to the others available? Knowing as much as you can about your competition will be crucial to the success of your new venture. Who are your suppliers? It is important to determine ahead of time who your potential suppliers will be and have a concrete plan for accessing those supplies. When researching your suppliers, some points to consider are you buying or reselling? Are you manufacturing products and need raw materials? From whom will you get your products or raw materials? What are the conditions of the suppliers? Do you plan to buy most of your stock from a few suppliers or several? Where are these suppliers located? And can you return unsold merchandise? In conclusion, market research provides important information to identify and analyze the market need, size, and competition. Before starting a new business, when introducing a new product or service, or to maintain existing business, current market research should be conducted.
So this project, Project 5, is going to be looking at market analysis. We're going to break this up into a couple of different parts. So part 1 will be this week. We're going to be looking at your target market. We're going to be focusing on your target market because it's a really important key aspect. In order for you to be able to sell to a group of people, you need to understand who this group of people will be. So in order for an entrepreneur to be successful, they must first understand the industry and the market. The first step to understanding this is by performing a market research or a market analysis. Market research is the process of gathering, recording, and analyzing data to ascertain the opportunities and threats to launch or relaunch products or services, to measure consumer behavior and attitudes related to products and service, and to benchmark effectiveness of your promotional programs. The goal of market research is to help an organization achieve their business objectives by providing fact-based analysis and to understand what consumers want and how much they're willing to spend on what they want. The goal of market research is to eliminate intuition and emotion from the decision-making process. So instead of saying, I will sell this type of blouse because I think it's cute, you can instead say, I will sell this blouse because the market is trended to this style. It reduces business risk. For an example, I am frequently asked, why don't you open up a restaurant? And because I know the surrounding market and I know the types of services and products that I want to sell, I know my business would not be a profitable venture. I would be more successful in my business in a larger, dense market with a younger and more worldly palated target market. So for me to analyze that, I know that having a business in this area would not be a good business decision. So the market research project should begin defining the problem or opportunities to be studied. In addition, key objectives for the studies need to be outlined. The purpose and goals of the study guides the techniques used to gather data and influence the choice of information to consult when analyzing the market trends. So we're going to be looking at two types of methods. There are two methods of conducting market research. There's the primary and the secondary. Primary research is used when specific information is needed about the product or service and client satisfaction. For example, what improvement for your group's Tiger Cafe signature dish and or menu choices would you make to make sure more customers are satisfied? In order to be able to answer that question, you would conduct a primary source research. And primary source research comes in multiple different ways. Primary research gathers data from surveys, such as telephone calls, emails, postcards through the mail, and or website surveys. It also utilizes focus groups by conducting one-on-one interviews or having group discussions or even having client advisory panels. Secondary research, on the other hand, is used to collect information from existing sources. For example, we're using Tiger Cafe as an example again. If you go and find a magazine called Coffee Trades Magazine, it might rank the favorite flavors of customers during the Christmas time months and during the summer months. By using that information, that can help you make your decisions in your business. You did not go out and physically ask all of these consumers what their favorite drinks were. Instead, you're using a secondary source that's been collected, and that information has been gathered and compiled so that you can use that to help you make decisions. Selecting which technique or techniques to use depends on two factors. 1. The time available to conduct your research. 2. The amount of funds allocated to conduct your research. Now, optimal results are obtained from using both primary and secondary data gathering, but researchers often don't have enough time or money in the budget to do both. Market research results provide the data to determine the market strategy. The results help determine the target audience and opportunities. This information becomes the foundation of your market strategy SWOT analysis. From the SWOT analysis, marketing can identify the most profitable target audience for the product or service, determine if their needs will be met, and create promotional plans. So, now looking at your target market and your customer, the first thing you must do is identify your market. And then you will need to select your target market to focus your company efforts. Now, a market is a group of people or companies who have a demand for a product or service and are willing to pay for it. Your target market goes a little bit deeper. It whittles that down into a specific group of customers who a business wishes to reach. Now we're looking at the market. There are different types of market. We have a consumer market. These are individuals and households who buy goods for their own use or benefits are part of the consumer market. Drug and grocery items are the most common types of consumer products. The industry market are individuals, groups, or organizations that purchase your product or service for direct use in producing other products or for use in their day-to-day operations. So we're going to use an example. If you go to a fabric store, a supplier who makes dresses purchases the fabric, takes it back to their warehouse, makes the dresses out of that, and then they resell it to a target audience. That fabric store is an industrial market because whoever buys that fabric is going to take it and fabricate or produce something of their product so they can sell to their consumers. Now, the reseller market, this will be the middlemen or intermediaries. This could be such as wholesalers and retailers or people who buy finished goods and resell them for a product. So we're going to use a car sales lot as an example. A car sales lot purchase cars from a manufacturer. They bring them back to their facility. They don't do anything more to it. They sell it as it is, and they sell it to their target audience. That we've kind of got an idea of what the market is. The market's that big umbrella. We're going to whittle it down and looking at your target customer, your target audience. And so when we are researching the target customer, the best thing to do is to compile a profile and then to evaluate those customers' needs. So creating a customer profile is the first step in targeting your marketing efforts. A customer profile is a complete picture of a venture's prospective customers, which includes the geographic, your demographic, and your psychographic data. In order to provide what the customers want, you have to prepare a customer needs analysis. This is a study that pinpoints the features and benefits of goods or services that the customers value. So, identifying why a customer would want to buy your product or service. We are going to work on assignment 1. Assignment 1 is going to be found in the worksheet, the Project 5 worksheet. And the first step in identifying your target market is understanding what your products and services have to offer to this group of people or businesses. To do this, you need to identify your product or services features and benefits. A feature is a characteristic of a product service that automatically comes with it. So for an example, if a toothpaste has a stain removing formula, that's a feature. The benefit to the customer, however, is whiter teeth. While features are valuable and can certainly enhance your product, benefits motivate the people to buy. An example is an anti-lock brakes. They are features on a car, but the benefit to the consumer is safety. By knowing what your product or services have to offer and what will make consumers buy, you can begin to identify common characteristics of your potential market. For an example, there are many different consumers who desire safety as a benefit when purchasing a car. Rather than targeting everyone in their promotional strategy, a car manufacturer may opt to target a specific group of consumers with similar characteristics, such as families with young children, because they are more apt to want safety in their cars. This is an example of market segmentation. So in assignment 1, on the left-hand side of your column, you are going to list your products and services. On the right-hand side, you are going to dig deeper and you're going to find out or figure out what the benefit of each of those services or products yields to the buyer. So, for instance, if I am going to be selling cupcakes, What are my benefits to to my consumers? Now they have a place to get their cupcakes for their birthdays and things like that. So you have to figure out what the benefit for your product is.